have you been tested for dyslexia? And I was like,
She just brought you in the office and dropped it like that.
She probably didn't drop it like that, but like that's the straight to
Not
the point.
Even a sit down.
We probably sat down and talked about the essay for a bit, and then like it came
Doors
up.
so wide open, everyone's outside like, oh shit, Corey got dyslexia. Did you do that?
Well, we had our chat, and she's like, "Have you been tested for dyslexia?" I was like, well, I had like a test early on before, like when I was in secondary school, but we never really went any further. Like I just got like extra classes and that. She was like, well, now you're in uni where you can, like the uni will pay half of like the exam, so you only pay like 100. And I was like, ayo, I'll do that when my next loan drops.
I have the severest of dyslexia.
Then I went in and got my test in, and then I was smart because I was talking to other people before I went, and they were like, oh yeah, because they give you like computers and stuff like that. So like I found out
it does help though.
Yeah, it helped. But this is where I slightly got into the loophole. Yeah, because I told them when I went to do my proper exam that I was doing a music course. Like I had a music module. I was like, they were like, what course do you do? I was like, dance and drama with music and sound. And they were like, music and sound, and I was like, yeah. I do dance and drama, obviously, but there's like music modules and stuff like that. And they're like, well, they don't usually do this, but I'll try and push for so you can get a Mac because you're doing music and sound. Ayo, my Mac. I got a free printer. I got free printing credit at uni. If I had to pay for the credit, I just kept the receipt and sent it to them. I got my money back. I got like extra time in exams. I never had any exams, so it didn't really help. But like, also what I got was a voice recorder because I said like, I don't really I said I don't really keep up in class like writing notes, like I kind of fall behind. So they were like, we'll just get you a voice recording, you can just like record your lectures and listen
My guy had a voice recorder for university.
What
guy has a voice? I would have looked over at the guy with a voice recorder and I would have got up and been like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not in this class no more. This guy's asleep. He came into class, he dropped his voice recorder in, and he went out to Costa's, come back, pick his voice recorder up at the end of lecture, and come, like, what is this?
Gosh, I was chilling in lectures.
Because you knew you could just listen to it.
Yeah, because I listened to it back later. It just got everything, even like when people put their hands up, and I even got like a directional mic as well, so any time someone new stood up to talk, I would just direct it to where they were talking.
Corey runs over to the spot, hands over the mic. Yeah, sorry, mic. Hi, so I wanted to ask a question, please. Okay. Mic down on row 3. Corey runs down.
Oh, it was so sick. I was living life those days. But yeah, I didn't have to listen. I did have to listen, but I listened to it later. If any notes that I missed while I was listening in my lecture, I could listen to them later.
That's why you like doing the podcast. Takes you back.
Back to uni days, yeah. Number 23 is ringing... What? Ringing the speaking? It's ringing the speaking clock. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I never did that. I had a watch. When I was younger, I always had a watch.
No, there was just every now and then, when you wanted to check the correct time, I used to call 1, 2, 3 just for fun, and I'd be like, the time sponsored by Accuracy will be 10, 33, and 20 seconds. And then it would like do it every 5 seconds, and then it's like the time for accuracy will be 10, 37, and 25 seconds. It's so cool to listen to. You get the exact time. The time sponsored by Accuracy.
I wonder if you can still get that now. Do you know what? Whilst you're still talking, I'm going to look this up and see if I can get... Was it Accuracy?
Yeah, the time sponsored by Accuracy. That's what I remember. I remember you had to call 1, 2, 3, but I don't think it's the same number now. But that's what you used to do back in the day. Back then, back in the 90s, early 2000s, you could still do it. 1, 2, 3. Let's go on to number 24. Is trying on pairs of shoes on the high street. Well, I still do that because
Yeah.
I want to check if I go to a shop, what am I just going to buy it? Yep, I'm size 12. I'll buy all the size 12s. Every different design, I don't care. It'll fit me. Sometimes you need to get a size 11 and a half. Yeah.
So apparently, just because I was seeing this now, if you on a BT phone line,
Yeah.
if you call 123,
It still works.
it still goes to the
Cheers.
speaking clock.
Cheers.
But the number can vary on other networks, but on
Okay.
BT.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know if you're on
No.
don't know if
On my home phone at home, it will probably work because that's on BT.
But I mean, I don't think it will work with mine. But
Welcome to the 3 voice.
No,
just
it's
go
your
straight to
voicemail.
So
Well, I don't know. Find out what it is. Maybe I'll find out and I'll put it in like on a Facebook group or tweet it.
yeah, just so people can, you know.
Yeah. And the final 25, number 25, is dial in 1471 to see who's calling you when you were out. Like if you miss a call,
yeah.
you just dial 1471 and it tells you the caller ID. Or sometimes who actually called you if it was a company.
Now it just pops up.
Or cannot be completed as
And there's another speaking clock that's a non-BT service, separate service, and it's the voice of Pat Simmons, and it's got a number as well. You can call it and receive like on time.
The speaking clock, AO. But yeah, that's my 1 to 25. I mean, we can go on to cross-platform Fortnite.
Fortnite. I love Fortnite.
Yeah, but this weekend, because me and Phil are like big nerds,
Yeah.
we managed to like, because I heard on some podcast I was listening to, what was it, Dude Comedy. They were talking about supposedly you could do like cross-platform, like play with Fortnite, and I was like, let me research this. So I looked it up online, and it said, yeah, you can do it, and I was like, let me find out how to do it. Watched the YouTube video, found out the information, and yeah, it's a long process, but I'm gonna start like posting like the articles that I talk about in the episodes after the episode drops on the Facebook page or tweet them out. And when the website comes out, which is kind of soon, coming soon, guys. Website, my opinion, means nothing.
It's so hype.
But yeah, Fortnite cross-platform, it works. I was on my Mac playing with Philippe on his PS4.
PS4? On PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
And you were playing... We tried it today.
For some reason, there was bears.
It wouldn't let us, like... So, for some reason, I don't know if they haven't got enough servers or their servers just aren't powerful enough to take this many people. But there's so many people playing Fortnite now that it puts you in a queue till the servers have... Other people drop out from the servers, and there's enough space in the servers for you, essentially.
But kind of at the same time, there was a lot of moments where I was trying to log in and it kept failing.
When there's no space.
Yeah.
No space for you to get into my game.
Peak.
Yes, but it does work.
It does work. I mean, I'll send it. I'll put the link in the fucking Facebook page and that.
So if you want to play Fortnite and you want to play with a mate and you can't fork out the money for a PS4 right now. Understandable. Not everyone can.
You can play on your PC or Mac and play with people on Xbox or PlayStation 4.
So it's worth giving it a try
Yeah.
if you like Fortnite or you want to play Fortnite.
Yeah, there's a thread on where I found it is on the Epic Games website in the help section. And the article is called "When I Tried to Link My PSN XBL account, which I assume XBL is Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So if you want to search it or you want to wait, it's up to you guys. Anywho, you wanted to talk about Clash Royale, something?
Clash Royale. Yeah, Clash has had loads of like updates and all sorts of stuff going on. Like, it's really popping off. There's new, since I think I talked about it, there's been a new arena added. There's more like challenges and stuff.
I haven't been on it for a while, actually.
Oh, mate, it's all popping off. Like,
I'll jump back on it this week.
Clash is getting harder though. They're constantly like, they got a new, I think they're having a new series coming out as well. Animated series. I think I mentioned it before, but
It's really cool. I love it.
from the creators of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Or the writers of The Simpsons, but not the animators, not Matt Groening. But yeah, no, it's yeah. I wanted to give it a shout out because it's still going strong. They've got all sorts of adverts and stuff going on.
It's winning right now.
It's winning.
Everyone's playing that game. Like, even when we were away in Amsterdam, it was like we walked past these guys and they were playing like Clash Royale. I was like, oh, Clash Royale.
If I had my internet sorted, I would have joined them in a game. You know,
That would have been sick. But D&D?
D&D. Wow, where do I begin, man? Like, I've started. I'm Dungeon Master for a new campaign now. I've never Dungeon Mastered before. I've only played D&D once before as a character.
You just thought you'd just dive in and...
I don't know if anyone knows about D&D, so I'll just mention what it is. It's basically a tabletop RPG, role-playing game, in which it's set in a fantasy world, or whatever kind of world the Dungeon Master wants. So it could be a fantasy world like Lord of the Rings, or it could be a world like Halo, or a world like Black Ops, like a futuristic warfare kind of world. Or just a
combination of everything.
Or a combination of everything if you want. But the standard one is kind of the realms of dwarves and elves and orcs and that kind of thing. So yeah, if you don't know, yeah, it's basically that, and you get a character. You choose a race of your character, so elf or
orc,
dwarf or orc or human, or there's loads. And then you choose a class, so that could be a ranger or a fighter or a cleric or a wizard. There's loads and loads of them as well. And once you've chosen them two, you create your own backstory of your character, and it's kind of like, if you're an actor, you'll know it's like improvisation kind of game.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're basically being this character, pretending to be this character in your imagination, whilst your dungeon master, who's created the world for you and he's written the story,
He'll create the stakes.
yeah, he'll give you the scenario, the setting you're in, and he'll kind of guide you through the world. But you can do pretty much anything you want in D&D as long as you can roll for it. You can certainly try, in the words of Matt Mercer, who is an amazing dungeon master, probably the best in the world, I would say. He's a voice actor.
Okay, cool.
He does voice acting for games and stuff like that. So if you played Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor,
Yeah.
you would have heard him in there.
Okay, cool.
He's done loads. I think they were in, what should we call it? For Honor, I think. Basically, him and a group of other voice actors got together. They have a channel on YouTube called Geek and Sundry. We'll put a link up to them. And within that channel, they have a sub-channel.
Okay.
Is that a thing? When you have a channel, then you have like categories of different things that you talk about. One of their categories is called Critical Role.
Okay.
You can just type Critical Role up into YouTube and it will pop up.
Cool.
But Matt Mercer is a voice actor, and a load of other voice actors get together and play D&D. They do live broadcasts on Twitch as well. So if you're on Twitch, which is a gaming platform, you can watch them live. I think it's on Thursday nights, their time in America.
Okay.
If not, you can watch full episodes. Basically, they've set it up so it's just him, them, webcams, and they just play. They just become the characters, and they voice act it all. their characters have the voices and everything, so you can just listen to it as a podcast.